Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is the puffer bag tutorial. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. So this video will be coming in two parts. The second part of this video, I made the puffer bag with a leather because the one I made with fabric, I lost some of the clips. So you need the fabric for this. Then your lining, which will be serving as your interface. Then you need fiber or foam. Okay, whichever one we serve. You need your zipper. And then what we want to do first is we're going to be ironing this fabric because it looks really rough and we don't want to work with a rough fabric. So this puffer bag has its own pattern, like it comes in a squared shape. So the measurement I'll be using for my squared pattern is 7 by 7. Remember that squared shape, all four sides are equal. So I'll be doing 7 inches for the length and 7 inches for the width. So before we continue, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, please do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, and also please do well to like this video. Please take note that you need 14 pieces of this, 14 pieces of the leather, the interface, and your fiber. Now from these 14 pieces, 8 pieces will be used for the body of the bag, then the remaining 6 piece will be used for the gusset of the bag. Now it's time to sew. So to get this done, you are going to place your lining, which is your interface. Then your fiber goes on top of the lining before you place your fabric or whatever leather you're using to do this job. So it's your lining first, the fiber or foam, then your fabric. So you take this to your sewing machine and sew it. So you're going to sew all the 14 pieces you've cut out. So to make this easy, we're going to pin this down so that while we're sewing, it doesn't move. I decided to sew from behind, which is the lining area, because the fabric is a bit stretchy. After sewing, please don't forget to remove the pins, all right? So yeah, we're done sewing, and this is what you should have after sewing, and this is all 14 pieces. So now I want to make the body of the bag, and I'll be working with 4 pieces for this. So you pick 2 pieces from the 4 pieces, put them together like so, take it to your sewing machine and run a straight stitch. So this is what you should have after sewing. Okay, so I've prepared everything for both the front and the back body of the bag. So you take one that you've sewn together like so, take another one, put it together, make sure the lines meet, make sure the lines meet, those lines, that line, make sure it meets. Then you take it to your sewing machine and run a straight stitch. We're going to be repeating this on the other body of the bag. Remember, the bag has 2 bodies, the front and the back, and after sewing, this is what you should have. Okay, so this is the body of the bag now ready, and we have 2 pieces of this, and this is the second part, which is also ready. So the next thing we're going to work on now is the gusset of the bag. So for the gusset of the bag, you're going to sew them like so. So this is what your gusset should look like. Okay, now once you've done this, we're going to now attach the gusset of the bag and the body of the bag together. So this is the gusset, then we'll get the body of the bag. All right, please make sure that whatever it is you're joining in this particular project, all the lines must meet. It must meet, else you have your bag looking funny. So to do the joining, remember we have 6 pieces of this, so you just get the middle, 3 to one side and 3 to the other side. Get the midpoint, attach it to the body, the midpoint of the body, then take it to your sewing machine and then just sew off all sides like so. After sewing, you should have this. Okay, now we're going to sew the other part of the bag. So you put it on like that. Please always make sure that the joining part meets. So you put it together and then sew all 4 parts. We're going to be pinning this before taking it to our sewing machine to sew it down. After sewing, you should have this. All right, let's work on the handle. So for the handle, we need 2 small handles and 1 long handle. So for the small handle, I measured 16 inches for the length and 4 inches for the width. But apparently after sewing it was short, so I decided to extend my short handle. So I think I later used 20, but it depends on how long you want it to be though. So 20 inches for the length and 4 inches for the width. Then for the long handle I used 33 inches for the length and 4 inches for the width. Here I measured 30, but I used 33 inches for the length and 4 inches for the width. Now I'm using 4 inches because after sewing we're going to turn this over using a loop turner. You can use your scissors, anything to turn it over. Okay, so I'm done sewing. The next thing I want to do now is turn this over. I'll be using my scissors to turn it over because I don't have a loop turner. And there you have it, it's turned over already. So the next thing you want to do now is cut your fiber into small pieces, or your foam into small pieces, and then stuck them into the loop of the long handle and the short handle. Just fix them inside. So this is the part where I lost my clips from. So from here on out, you'll be seeing the work I did with leather. So this is after I've stuck the fiber inside the handle, and this is the long handle of the bag. I decided not to do the fiber style for the long handle. So now we're going to sew the handle to the bag itself.